The fountain of youth.
We found it. We found it.
And it was not on a crazy
No,
island.
no.
Check it out.
They try to find ways to preserve their appearance, and a Florida woman says she has found the fountain of youth.
News Channel 5's Tanya Rogers joins us now with this special report. Tanya?
Well, Jay, Jan, and I have had several people ask me, how old is she? She is a grandmother, and she's eligible for a senior citizen discount. Her quest started because she wanted to feel healthy and have lots of energy, but she has reaped more benefits than she anticipated.
And here we have some ginger.
Annette Larkins shows off her garden in her Miami-Dade County backyard. It's full of fruits and vegetables. Every corner of her garden has something that is edible.
And I've been eating them, and they're so good.
She also collects rainwater to drink and water her plants. Annette says the food in her garden is her fountain of youth.
I'm very vibrant. I have lots of energy, as I told you before.
She looks amazing.
I'm a
That woman looks amazing.
This one is a grandmother.
That's a grandma. Look at that skin. First of all,
She's hot. It's crazy.
she looks like she's in her early 40s
Yes.
or late 30s.
Late 30s, early 40s, but still
Hands
really
down.
incredible. And you can just tell because obviously there's some aging, but still her skin looks fantastic.
Look at how alert she looks.
Is that a real hair or this is a wig?
I can't tell. I usually ask.
Yeah.
I am never sure.
I
Let's
can't
see
tell
how it
either. I'm
moves.
quite good with these things,
You
but
do?
I can't tell. But I can't tell even in this case.
She looks amazing.
Because
Goddamn.
I can say it's her.
It looks like it's hers because of
Yeah,
how
because of
vibrant
how good she
her
looks.
face is.
Yeah.
That's
Let's-
amazing.
Let's see.
no later than 5:30 in the morning as a rule, and I'm ready to go.
Annette's husband owned a meat store in the 19th.
You know, this nigga is equal to who? This nigga is equal to IBM.
Yeah.
When Manani for Microsoft came to see them,
Yeah.
and they were like, "No, you're not going anywhere with that shit." And then, this nigga is IBM, bro.
And we are in the modern era.
This nigga was like, "Stop eating meat. Are you crazy, woman?"
I ain't giving up.
Bro.
Me.
Bro, that's the husband.
Wow.
Holy
You
shit,
guys believe this shit. Oh,
bruh.
that's crazy. Okay, let's continue.
Holy
60s.
shit.
That's when she became a vegetarian.
She became a vegetarian in the 60s.
In the 60s.
So
That's crazy.
mid to late 60s.
That's
when,
fucking
So
crazy.
she's been doing this. This was in 2012.
Mm-hmm.
So she'd been doing this for 50 years.
God damn.
So she started this when she was around 20.
Yeah, 20 something then.
Yeah.
But as the years went by, she became a raw vegan. She does not eat any animal products. Her food is unprocessed and uncooked.
My diet consists of fruits, nuts, vegetables, and seeds. I do a lot of sprouting of seeds, and as you can see from my garden, of course, these are the raw foods that I eat.
Annette also juices fruits and veggies. You name it, she can juice it. Grapefruits, pineapples, even spinach. But not everyone in the Larkins family eats and drinks this way. Annette's husband of almost 54 years chose to continue to eat the way he did when they were first married.
I really wish I would have did what she done.
At least he's not talking shit.
Who's bitch?
Look at this. This is a man
Guys,
and his wife.
Guys, these people are
Holy
around
shit.
the same age. These
Amos-
people are around the same age.
Yo, she's on to something here.
This is crazy.
Dude, look at that. Holy shit.
Larkin says people even wonder if Annette is his wife.
They'll ask me, what am I doing with that young girl?
Sugar daddy.
Sugar daddy. Annette, yo.
And a really
Annette,
old sugar daddy.
dude, we're gonna die and leave Annette out here doing a thing.
We are
Holy
getting on this
shit.
diet. When Annette's husband kicks the bucket,
You're there.
I'm there. You ain't saying nothing. I'ma do that. Better believe it.
Annette's husband, you fucked up.
Yeah, you fucked up. Hey, dog, you fucked up.
Oh shit. Holy shit.
Or
What?
they'll say, you got your granddaughter with you.
Granddaughter.
And,
That's crazy.
Things like that. You know?
That's crazy,
Amos
man.
takes prescription medicines daily for high blood pressure and
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
diabetes. Annette says she doesn't even take an aspirin. Because friends and strangers kept asking her questions about her health and youthful appearance, she decided to publish 2 Journey to Health booklets, and she produced the DVD 12 years ago.
Discovery
Do you know what I don't get?
Yeah.
Do you know what I don't get?
Yeah.
And this is how I believe there's a cabal, like you said.
Yeah.
If we actually lived in a world that cared about making people healthy, making people live their best lives, this woman would be a billionaire.
Yeah.
If that was the aim.
Yeah.
We want people to be healthy and live long lives.
Yeah.
This woman would be one of the richest women on the planet. She
And
would have her own TV station.
Yeah.
People would be recording everything she does from waking up to going to sleep.
And in fact, the same companies that are busy peddling processed shit to us would just be doing so with fresh produce.
Yes. The
profits would not have been as big because obviously because of the nature of food and its perishability, they would have had to be regional players, not national.
Do you know why they don't do that?
Yeah.
Do you know why they don't do that?
Yeah.
Because the only way we can do this is if we teach people how to grow their own shit.
Yeah.
And they know if we do that,
then we're out of market.
They're out of the market.
Yeah.
And they understand. And this is the weirdest thing. We usually say how modern we are. But bro, do you know, I think we were the last generation who were actually taught how to plant anything in school.
Yeah.
Because I remember when we were in high school, we planted onions.
It was home science.
Yeah, home science.
Yeah.
And it was really awesome. But they didn't really teach us.
Sorry, not home. It's agriculture.
Agriculture, sorry. But they didn't really teach us
how
to
essentially
create a lifestyle
of
planting
farming,
your own food.
No, it was just
nobody taught
it
anyone
for class, and it's interesting, and we are
and you'll get marks and you're done.
And and it's not something to do with writing down notes, so it's all good.
Then don't you think then they actually farm us like batteries?
Yeah, it's true.
The matrix was onto
it's
something.
a matrix.
And I think she's one of the escapees.
Yeah, she's escaped.
She escaped. God damn, Annette.
Me too. They took sections of the booklet and translated them into Spanish, which, by the way, is my second language.
So how old is this size 4 beauty? Annette just turned 70 years old.
Wow. Just wow. Yeah, you niggas out here always talking hard. Meat. Only men eat meat. Yeah, you see Annette's husband sitting there in regret,
like a
bitch. Blood pressure medicine
and diabetes.
And you know what's horrible about his case? She told him,
babe,
again and again and again. And you know the most fucked up part?
Yeah.
I would be that guy. I would definitely be that guy. I would be the guy who would be like, you ain't telling me shit. Well,
I ain't giving up meat for
nobody. You want people to say, oh yeah, I'm weak. I would be that guy.
You know what?
I would be that guy.
Danny Craig. You know what? I can kick your ass. You know why? Because I eat meat. Meat makes you strong.
Yeah, that's it.
Helps me fight disease and a whole bunch of things that I don't know about.
But there's something else. There's a rebuttal to that.
Yeah.
Because I was listening to Jordan. Jordan was on Joe Rogan, and he was talking about how he changed his diet, which actually helped him.
Yeah.
And he was saying how he just started eating meat, salt, and water. Nothing else.
Yeah.
And it's actually helped even with his anxiety,
Yeah, I remember
his
that.
depression, his sleeping.
Yeah.
And even he stopped taking the meds that were really fucking him up. And I don't know which side. I don't know how we balance this because there isn't that much information that actually curtails or teaches us in depth about what the human body needs to be optimized.
If what this woman is saying is true, and I gather it is because of her husband,
the husband is the proof.
This is the way to go, right? I also believe that there are benefits to eating meat. I think maybe the balance lies in a majority of your diet has to be plant-based.
Uncooked.
And
juiced.
And for the purpose of this, uncooked.
Because what we learned in science is when you cook most vegetables,
they
lose most of their nutrients.
You denature them. You break the bonds. You make them. You essentially, we call it denaturing. You denature them, and the nutrients that would have helped the body are lost. So most of the things that you think, I can't eat this raw. How will I be able to digest it?
Especially vegetables.
The body will break it all down.
Yeah.
And you don't need to bring a whole bunch of reasons for it.
That's true.
For the record, I think you can also eat meat, but I believe as you grow older, the need for the nutrients that you could get from animal diet decreases a lot.
You don't need that much energy anyway.
Yeah.
And that's what you
So
get
that- yeah.
from protein, like
Exactly. The
yeah,
plant.
meat protein.
And in fact, there's a documentary called The Game Changers, I believe it is.
Mm.
It's fantastic. I'll show it to you. The Game Changers talks about how there's this guy who was a trainer. He was into martial arts and he was training people, and he had an injury. And he would be out of action for 6 months, and it would have really affected his business. So he went online and tried to research, how can I get my bones?
Did he have brittle bones, or
No,
it was
he just got into accident, broke his leg. But he would be out of commission for 6 months, and if he's a train, that's your livelihood, you know.
That's true. Yeah.
So he was trying to look for information. How can I be able to make my leg heal faster? So he, after weeks of research, he stumbled upon plant-based diet, and then he got on it, and I think he healed in a month or 2 earlier than expected. And then after that, he switched entirely to a plant-based diet. He removed animal
Products.
products from his diet. This guy had more strength, more power. He was able to bulk up on the plant-based diet alone. And this was in contradiction to what was being purported by the market, what was being pushed to everyone.
That you can't bulk
that
on
that a plant-based diet is not good enough for you. Mind you, there are things that you require from animal diets, especially the vitamin B12 is very important. You can only get it from an animal diet. That's why I'm trying to say, especially when you're young, it's important to balance it out. But I would suggest a 70-30 split is good. 70% plant-based diet, do most of the juicing and raw, cook some things if you want to, try and do it with cold pressed oil if you can afford it. If you can't, and I know in Africa you can't afford this a lot, but where you can't, just do that. And then 30% try to do it with a animal diet. I would suggest that is a good compromise.
I'm really interested, my nigga. Kwanza, juicing vegetables, because I'm sure that is something, especially here in Kenya and most African countries. Most of us don't juice vegetables.
Yeah, most
we'll
of us don't
juice fruits.
And let me tell you something. People don't know. I have a book that I got it's by several Indian authors. It's called Juice Diet for Perfect Health. And juicing vegetables and fruits is so healthy. It can fight off most of the diseases that we know, most of the lifestyle diseases that we know, anything to do with hypertension, cancer, diabetes, gone just by juicing there. And this is not some case, a fringe case that you've never heard about.
No.
There are examples online on YouTube that were filmed by networks such as WPTV. I saw one by ABC News, and they were talking about, there was a man who had cancer, and he had several tumors. I think 1 or 2 tumors. I think it started in his head, in his brain, and then they moved to the lungs, something like that. This guy, for 2 years, he removed animal products. He juiced plant-based. That's all. And he had it wasn't just 2 tumors. It was several of them. And by the end of the 2 years, all the tumors were gone, and he was cancer-free. So this thing is legit and real, and I know there are companies that are out there that are not. They don't want this information to get into the mainstream. They don't want people to do this, and no wonder then we are crowded in cities and we are struggling daily.
And do you know?
Nobody has the time to do this.
You know, it's mostly men who die from lifestyle diseases early.
Yeah.
It is mostly us guys. Heart attacks, high blood pressure, diabetes.
Name it, cancer.
All the meat we eat while we are drinking beer. And we are made to believe that is masculine, that there's some attribute to it. I don't know if it is something that is in us because our forefathers used to hunt wild animals and sit around a fire and cook some meat.
And I actually like that. There's a place for that. But but at the end of the day, I think we have to evolve with the times. And especially, there is so much against us. Economically, socially, emotionally, financially, and now to mention health-wise, I think it's time to
have to evolve.
Bold step. And choose life.
Hey, Annette.
Hey, we are not done. Yes.
Let's check it out. We are not done.
Who is my age?
Annette just turned 70 years old.
This one lady who is my age, she said, was telling her friend that I used to tell them about eating and they wouldn't listen. And her reply was to that, or her response to that was, look at her now and look at us.
She's an amazing person, though. Oh man, I mean, really, she do everything. I mean, build computers. Oh, she's make all her own clothes.
That's an amazing woman.
Yeah.
So if there was any depiction of an Amazon woman in real life,
This is
we just found her.
Yep, this is
This is what do you know something?
Yeah.
If we could ever find an alpha female, this is it. This is what an alpha female looks like.
Got all these.
This is a woman who actually tried to help her community single-handedly.
Forget just a community, a generation.
Her generation. This is a woman who's written a book that will change lives.
Written in 3 languages.
She has carved out a niche and a way of living from nothing.
Yeah.
From nothing. Yo, alpha female right here.
Computers. Oh, she's make all her own clothes, grow her own food, speak 3 languages.
Size.
You know,
And then you will hear that woman of the year is some dude
So,
who transitioned. And
Yeah.
women like this
I saw that.
get no recognition.
Nothing. I saw that. Bunch of bollocks.
Now, Annette has been eating completely raw for
Gotcha.
27 years, and we want to remind
Dude, Annette looks younger than this.
She
woman.
looks younger than the
I swear to God. And we are sorry. We are so sorry. You look amazing.
Why are you sorry? Why
I ain't got nothing on the net, bro.
are you sorry? And it's the truth.
Just trying to be nice.
That's not nice. It's the truth.
God damn, Annette, how you're changing.
I mean,
70.
we're not 70 and
Bruh.
look at her. She looks better than us, bro.
She does. Dude, if you saw this woman somewhere, you try to have.
Hey, me,
you
I'm
would
all
try
like,
to
oh,
holler.
hey, shorty, what's happening?
Shit.
Hey,
How we out there?
you 70? I don't give a
Goddamn, I
fuck.
don't give a fuck.
everyone, no
Nobody
matter how old you think
will
you really
leave you. You are 30, I'm a bro.
Or
What?
by the time I beat, I'm in my 60s. I'm catching now. I'm catching up.
And then just go 3 gray hairs.
Annette is 110, and she's got a few gray hairs.
A few gray hairs. She
And
feels
now-
insecure about it.
and now it's when she's like, I think you're catching up to
And
me.
she's like, I'm feeling a bit tired.
Yeah.
110.
Oh man.
really was.
Holy
She
shit.
changed her lifestyle to feel better and have a good quality of life. And her husband says, I wish I had done what she did. And I said, well, is it too late? He goes, yeah, it's too late for me.
She looks fantastic, but
No, actually, it's not too late for him. I think he's just lazy.
Yeah,
Then
he's
from.
I think there's an age
Hold
people
up,
reach.
Hold up, check this out, check this out. Annette this is 2012.
Mm.
Annette was just turning 70 then. 10 years before that,
Mhm.
he didn't look at her and say, "Hey, you've been doing this for 17 years.
Nigga was
you
just
look
lazy.
great.
Yeah, nigga was
Hey,
just
why don't I
lazy.
get on this bandwagon
And
now?"
since she was there, I'm sure she would have helped him
Yeah.
along
Yeah,
to figure out his own
still with him
diet.
now.
Yeah,
Alright,
she didn't leave.
All right, take it back some other 10 years. She'd been doing it for 7 years.
She looked
She'd have
amazing.
been 50 then. She'd have been still look great.
And she looked, what,
Wouldn't
28?
he have looked at her and gone like,
I need to get
Hey,
on this.
babe, you look fantastic. And the guy is what, 77? Let's even give him 75. Let's say he'd have been 55. He's like, hey, babe, let me get on this.
Let me get on this.
And I'm sure by that time he hadn't been on any, I don't know,
No, he's still young.
pressure meds,
Nope.
no diabetes, 55.
At
He was
a
like,
55-year-old man
no.
is still young.
no, nigga was just lazy. He didn't want to do anything.
Hey,
he,
but
he
yo-
didn't want to give up the meat.
Yeah, yo, shout out to Annette.
Hey, Annette.
And yeah, we are all
Yeah,
about those
if you're
alternative
still
ways
alive,
of living.
man.
I'm sure she is. I'm sure.
You need to
Unless
check
some
her
nigga
out
hit
right
her with
now.
a car,
Yeah,
it's nothing else than taking her down.
we need to
man.
check out
Yeah, we
this
will.
video.
We actually will. And we might make a follow-up video.
Oh, it's-
Tell you how Annette is doing.
Yeah.
Shout out to everyone trying to change their lives out there.
Yeah,
There are so many ways to do it, not just one way.
Yeah.
If you have a problem with one thing, there are other ways you can
But
change.
this way doesn't work.
It really works. Yeah.
So
So
guys, keep up the hustle.
peace out.
Yeah, we'll see ya.
Yeah. On to the next one.